Hey people, how's it going? It's Intanger here. I'm trying to make a video today talking about how to get all of these mutagen nodes / R seeds. And I'll have some extra info for you about some quirks and best practices and tips and all that sort of stuff at the end. But I'm just going to fire right into it right from the get-go here, and I'll show you the route I use. I like to start over here. Usually I've already been to the server and placed some sleeping bags over there. I pop in, I come over here, and I see if there's mutagen nearby. In the bottom right corner, you see the little buff, it says mutagen nearby. That is supposed to indicate that there's mutagen nearby, but on the official servers, like a good half the servers will tell you there's mutagen nearby. There's not actually any mutagen nearby. You won't find anything, even if you go through all the locations. I've got 23 locations here I'm going to go through, which is, I'm pretty sure, more than every other person's video, because all the other videos I've seen are very incomplete and full of inaccuracies. So this one is 100% accurate. As far as I know, 100% complete. I'm not going to tell you there's spots where there's nothing there. And every one of these locations I've personally seen mutagen at them. They're definitely a spot where they can spawn. Confirmed, very accurate. I'm not going to go on every single location's coordinates. I'll try to remember to post the coordinates down in the thing below. So anyway, enough talk. I'll fire into it, and then I'll tell you some quirks and best practices afterward. So what I like to do is I go this way, which is towards the entrance to this room. And right behind his eyeball is location 1. And then you go into this very narrow hallway, very narrow room in here. And be prepared to get very frustrated. Here's number 2. Be prepared to be very frustrated, because on the official servers this is a nightmare. There's number 3. The lag and the tons of monsters, it's just terrifying in here. It's very difficult. Alright, there's number 4. You basically go out of that narrow room, you come around the corner on the pathway. There's a big bridge over here. Right here is number 4. Then I drop down to the shore. There's a big river down here. And number 5 right here. And I'll run around the corner. Number 6 right here. I'll check my notes. That's number 6, right? Alright, number 7 is over here. There's this corner that pushes into the room. And right here, number, what are we on, 8? Number 7. And then across the room in the other corner, there's a big tree over here that's gone right now, but it's usually there. Number, what are we at? 8. And then I'll fly up here. Ooh, there's actually one here. This is what they look like. This is number 9. And almost all of these lights are about this close, so pretty damn close. If you go to the location where you see the light, that's right where you'll find them. Alright, let's keep going. What was that? What are we on? Number 9? Is that number 9? I think that was 9. Coming down. I go through this big main entrance. It's the safest. There's a big building in here. Number 10. It's on top of this building, right near the middle. There's a big root thing there. Number 11. It's right across on the edge. And there's actually one here. So it's basically on the edge of the top of the building. Then I'll go down over here. There's the ramp. That's one of the main entrances into the whole complex. And this one is in the acid sometimes. The acid will rise and fall. The acid is extremely deadly. And so I put the thing up on top. And it's actually here right now. That's the location. What was that? 12? I think that's 12. Then you can go under the building. And under the corner of this building, see, this is one of the locations that nobody else seems to have for some reason. It's on the wiki. I've confirmed this is a location where they spawn. Under this corner, right here, right under it. What are we at? Number 13. And then across the river, across this little pool, there's a pustule spewing a stream of spew right on the shore. That's number 14. And then I get out of here Usually by now I'm being chased by everything in the fucking room, and it's a real nightmare. And make my exit and get out of there. Try to go over here. Oops, usually go over that bridge instead of under it. But yeah, you want to line yourself up with this waterway right here. Try and haul ass, because everything's going to be shooting at you. And right here on the right there, is number 15. As you exit, right here on the shore, number 16. And then number 17 is right here in the middle of this like half circle of land. There's a river all around it. Number, shoot, I just lost my count. What are we at, 18? There's a big pillar in the middle of the room. Just to the right of it is number 18. And I usually go back here next. In this back corner, there's a big support. In front of the support, there's two big bulby plants. And next to it is number 19. I'm using a leave me alone sheet right now on single player. If I wasn't, I would be getting swarmed by every damn thing in this room constantly. So be warned, it's a real nightmare in here. I think this is number 20. There's usually a plant like right about here where I'm flying. It'll be right about here. So just next to the plant is number we're on 20, I think. Number 20. And then I'll fly across over here towards the, see, there's the terminal thing. That's where we started. That's the ramp that we started at. And there's a big metal support corner thing here. Just in front of it, there's this big plant. And there's number 21. And you'll go across the river. There's a big tentacle that always jumps up right my way to try not to crash into it like I always do. It was that one right there. I kind of flew well past it. Anyway, this is number 22, like right here. So there's this big boxy thing. There's this dealie right next to it, 22. And then number 23 in this back corner, I try to find it by where the roots intersect. See these three roots? The middle one, these three roots, the middle one, where they would intersect is like right about here. Next to this big dealie, number 23. As far as I know, that's the very last one. That's all 23 that have been documented on the wiki. The wiki is very accurate, and I haven't seen it at any other locations. There's many other rumored locations. There's several other videos that claim to have several other locations. I've run through this, I don't know, 20, 30 times now at least. Probably more. I don't know. At least that many times. And I've seen every one of these locations at least once, and I've never seen any of the rumored locations once, and I check them every time. Because there's a lot of servers that are glitched. It'll say that there's mutagen nearby, and I think, oh, maybe it's one of these locations that these other YouTubers is claiming exists. I check them every time. They never exist. So I didn't even cover them in the video because I'm almost positive they're wrong. And these are the only right ones, as far as I know. There might be a 24th or a 25th location that nobody's ever found. It could be inaccessible. And that's why it'll glitch and say there's mutagen nearby on some servers when there's not. Or it could just be an issue where you just got to stand on it for like 10 seconds and it won't render in. Or maybe you got to leave the area and come back for it to get to render in. I don't know. Because people on my server claim that, oh, it does work. They're there. You just don't know where they are. I'm pretty sure they're full of shit. Because the server's been glitched for a month. And it constantly says there's mutagen nearby when there's no mutagen nearby. Anyway. So that's some of the quirks covered. Yeah, you got to be close enough to render it. Some of them will tell you there's mutagen even when there isn't. I recommend making a list of glitched servers and just don't even bother to go back and check them. It's possible that only one location is glitched and nobody can find it, and it'll respawn the other one or two. But, oh, by the way, it'll always spawn it'll usually spawn up to 3 at a time. So, like, supposedly every 8 hours. It seems to be a lot faster on single player. I don't know if it's faster on multiplayer. But supposedly every 8 hours it'll spawn 3, and if there's already one out, it might spawn 2, or it might spawn none. I don't know. So on the glitch servers where it says there's mutagen nearby and I can't find any, and I've checked all the locations, I just mark a list. I never go back. I figured they're glitched. There's a good number of the servers that do accurately represent whether there's mutagen nearby or not. And if it says there's mutagen nearby, on those servers that I've confirmed aren't glitched, I'll go and look, and I'll usually find at least one. And as soon as I got all of them, the icon will disappear just like it's supposed to. So those work perfectly fine. So those are pretty much the only ones I bother to check, the ones I know what I'm going to get into before I go bothering to waste my time. And they work, and I've gotten a good number of seeds from them. And the whole reason I got into this in the first place was for the Explorer notes. I'm trying to get the plus 10 extra levels from getting every Explorer note. You have to get Mutagen in order to get the Explorer note for Mutagen on Gen 2. So that's why I got into it. But since I figured it all out, since I wasted all this time making this really elaborate map that I'll share in the comments, or I'll share in the description, I guess I'll try to pop it up on screen. Since I made this elaborate map, I started doing some hunting of these my own, because they sell for a crap load, and what do you know, try to get some. Another method, if you just want to get the Mutagen, is for you to come down here and get the mutagel. So let me kind of show you where I am again. Hopefully, if you start at the same spot I started and take the same route, you'll be able to see the bearings of where everything is. But yeah, right up underneath, there's a pit of acid that can sometimes have reapers and other nasties in here. The acid raises and lowers, and it takes a little while, but once it goes down, I'll show you where you can get really easy mutagel anytime, pretty much any time. Like it'll respawn every 45 minutes or so. There's also a space biome that has mutagel and ambergris, and you don't really get that much from those nodes. I was flying around trying to get those. I was trying to get them with both a mantis and a Anki. Those are pretty much the only good options I have on my Gen 2 server. I don't have a good Strider. And the yields was garbage, and they're spread out pretty far. I didn't get much mutagel. It wasn't even worth waiting for the damn biome to come up. So what I recommend instead is, if you want to get mutagel, you go down here in the acid pit underneath. You tangle with however many reapers there might be down here. Lure them into a corner or bring something to kill them. And then you get down here and you bring a whip. Try to get the best whip you got. Get a high melee whip. And you whip these up. And it's very decent yield. I already grabbed a few of them a little earlier, so some of the spawns are gone. But yeah, there was more spawns here a second ago. I was just trying to illustrate. Yeah, I recorded this video like 3 times now. I forgot to turn audio on last time. But yeah, you just run around, you grab these up. Super easy. I've seen other videos claim that you should use a mining drill. Mining drill sucks. Don't use a mining drill. Use a whip. People forgot about the whip. Very effective. It gives you melee yield bonuses. It's really easy to do while running. And it grabs a wide area of everything in the area. You don't even have to be facing it. Watch this. See, that's behind me. Okay, that didn't work. Maybe the tentacle's in the way. I'm gonna try that again. Behind me. Okay, yeah, it actually looted those. So you don't even have to be facing it. And there's a bunch of them. You run around, you grab them up, you get out of the acid before the acid comes back. Try it again another 45 minutes. You get about 250 a run. I'd already grabbed some earlier. Oh, I still got. Oh yeah, so those are some of the ones I got earlier. Yeah, so 250 to 280 a run, depending on your whip strength. Very good. Oh, and it's a 2x multiplier on my server right now, apparently. Normally on 1x you get 1 per node, so you get about 250 to 280 on 2x. So otherwise you'll get less. So anyway, so you get 800 of those. You put them in a science bench or whatever you call it, chemistry bench, and you get 6 mutagen. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's the second best. Well, it's a good way. It's probably the best way, because trying to get these other nodes is a damn nightmare. Anyway, that is all the wisdom I have to share today. I'll try to show the map. This is, as far as I know, the most complete and most accurate video on getting Genesis 2 mutagen nodes. Hopefully it was helpful. I'll see you next time. Later.